Hi, Praveen. So, really, thanks so very much for making time for this discussion. Sir, I would like you to please tell us what is ASIFA according to you, and also, how you've been associated and what sort of, change have you seen in the last couple of years as far as this body is concerned.
Sure. I think ASIFA has been a great organization for, especially for for the students and the professionals to, it's a community gathering more than anything else. Because ASIFA worldwide is predominantly is meant for, it's like a meetups for people to discuss and talk about their passion. And we have continued that in ASIFA India as well. And ASIFA India has been there from 2000. And Our first CG meetup was in 2006, and while I was at Rhythm and Hues, which is one of the biggest visual effects companies worldwide. So Rhythm and Hues was very actively involved in actually having this community set up in Hyderabad and across India. So and actively been sharing knowledge along with a lot of other visual effects studios which are there. So we have basically moderated to make sure that the students understand and the people who are passionate about this industry understand what it takes to be a artist in this kind of an industry. And I have seen that probably the major contribution from ASIFA or the CG meetups is like today there's so much more demand for the artists in India, and there's so much more talent which is there available, and a lot of it has to be the contribution from the academies and as well as the from the production or the industry side of where we have come forward and shared our knowledge. And it's great that the students have taken it, and you see that in their work now. And the world is looking towards India now for in terms of getting the best talent. And I'm pretty impressed from the last from where we started, where we couldn't find much talent 10, 12 years ago, to where we are. I know we have so much talent right now, and the world is convinced that yes, India can deliver. And you see bigger blockbuster, bigger Oscar-winning companies coming here. And uh, if you look at it, we used to contribute only maybe 20% of the work 15 years ago or maybe 12 years ago for the whole feature film, like in a Hollywood. Right now, if you look at a lot of other visual effects studios, our contemporaries, whether in Bombay or Bangalore or in Hyderabad, where I'm associated with, we are almost contributing close to 60 to 70% of the overall feature film, and which is the quality is international standards, which we have achieved. And a lot has to be credit has to go through ASIFA for sharing their knowledge.
Excellent, sir. So that's two questions from what I just heard from you. One is you're saying that we've seen tremendous growth from where we was, in terms of the contribution that we make in any Hollywood project.
Yes.
Now you're saying from 12 to 15%. Now it's come to almost 70%.
Yes.
So, but I'm sure you would like to agree that there's still a lot of hidden talent which doesn't come forward because they're skeptical about the future. Okay,
Yes.
any message for them?
Sure. I think especially for people who are not totally exposed to the industry or have some things that they to clear things is basically this industry is growing. And I think India, especially India market, is still there's a lot of potential. And so anybody who wants to explore this field or has passion for this, I think this is it's a right time, in fact. So there is so much need for talent. So we need people in hundreds, and studios are scampering for these real talented people. And if you're the one who has the talent, I think the sky is the limit in any way you look at it, whether it's your growth in terms of your career, whether it's your growth in terms of monetary. I think there is a lot of things which have changed since when I started, in fact. So people really thought, what, visual effects or animation? Now to wow, visual effects, wow, I want to be part of it, wow. And I'm what really is interesting now is for people to receive Oscar, for an artist in India, to imagine that he can hold that Oscar is a reality. And we have seen people do it, and I think very soon we will have more and more Indians being part of that Oscar winning tradition. And I just want to add, it's not just the international market, but what we have also seen is the local filmmaking, or the local movies which have evolved in terms of animation and visual effects, whether it's a Chota Beam or any of the content driven things, or even visual effects for that matter, like you have seen Bahubalis, or recently 2.0 which released, and the great reviews that it's getting. And you have to give credit for the visual effects that have been done. And if you notice that it's almost 80 to 90%. In fact 2.0 is 90% all done in India, and you see the quality which is almost in par with Hollywood, and we will reach there. It's just a maybe just a step down, but we will be there in just in a matter of couple of days.
Well, that's very, very encouraging, sir. Thank you so much for those wonderful words. All the very best, sir. Nice having you here.